I literally can't handle it, folks. Welcome to Revelation News TV, and we have an absolute abomination of a nation. For the sake of levity, this needs to be understood and played. Here we go. Ready for this?
President Trump will end the radical left's reign of terror in Portland once and for all.
Watch this. Oh my God. Do you see this?
All over the place. You see.
Do you see this absolute terrorist activity in the streets of Portland? You have an individual that has decided that in the season of, you would say, Halloweenish, we are going to dress in a raccoon outfit. All right, do we see that? I want to make you understand how serious this fucking situation is. That you have,
this network of Antifa is just as
trying to
sophisticated.
give flowers to police. This is highly, really dangerous activity. Okay?
As MS-13, as TDA, as ISIS.
Okay, we have a frog person in front of what you would call jackbooted thugs here, thrusting itself. Okay, this is clearly like the same thing as any action that you might see from ISIS or Hezbollah. We all know they love dressing up like frogs and thrusting themselves in front of authority figures. So, like, I just want you to understand the level of
Hezbollah, as Hamas, as all of them. They are just as dangerous. They have an agenda to destroy us, just like the other terrorists we've dealt with for.
All right, this is America. Do you understand that? I don't think we should be able to. I mean, I think Trump needs to clean this up. It's pretty obvious, right? There's no way you can have this type of activity going on in the country where you have people pretty close to Halloween in Portland dressing up as a raccoon or a frog. And especially the fact that they're in front of a policeman and thrusting like this. It's clearly the same type of activity that you might see during some sort of horrible revolt by ISIS. Or you could even say the horrible, horrible terrorist organization called Hamas that took the Israeli hostages. And the Israeli hostages, upon release, actually kissed the heads of the Hamas, horrible, oppressive Hamas guys. The Israeli hostages are smiling with them and giving them a hug and kissing them, saying, "That's my brother," and shaking their hands. It's almost to the point now that you have to have, it has to be a parody. Like, I don't know, how can I talk to you about this seriously at this point? It's so clear what the fuck is happening. You have an occupying force in Israel that will not stop. They are not going to stop until every single bit of blood that could be spilt in that area is spilt and gone, and they can take that land and do what they've wanted to do with it, which is they're going to give parts of it to American Jews living in Florida. They're going to give parts of it to Trump, to have the Trump Gaza Riviera Resort. It's going to be the most incredible, bigly good thing you've ever seen, folks, in the Middle East, the Trump Riviera. Can you understand that you're dealing with people that they think it's absolutely fine to kill babies for the sake of land? This is modern day this is no different than the natives in this country and what the colonizers did to the natives in this country. We didn't kill them all, though. If we keep allowing this to happen every day, 24-hour period of more genocide, there's going to be not one Palestinian left. That is that is the biggest single issue in the country today, is the genocide in Israel. There's nothing that even comes close to being a more big story. I don't care what you say about Epstein. Epstein is Epstein stuff, and yeah, we want to know about the Epstein stuff, and we want those women that were brave enough to go up on Capitol Hill and do what they did. We want them vindicated, and we want the victims of that disgusting freak to be fully have justice done for them, which means we find every single motherfucker that we can, that we know, have proof of that they hurt those girls, and we get them in jail. Period. End of story. No statute of limitation, because it was, you violated minors, and there should be no statute of limitation on that. Okay, so that's Epstein. This makes Epstein look like a car crash story. You have nothing that's been like this since World War II with the Holocaust. And it's supposed Jews that are doing this to the Palestinians, and I'm telling you that's a lie. They're not Jews. They are Baalist Satanists, and they call themselves the cult of Baal, and they are as far from Mosaic Judaism as west to east. They have absolutely nothing to do with Moses, the Torah, the Ten Commandments, anything having to do with what you read in the Old Testament. The prophets of Yahweh, the Hebrew prophets, were fighting the God of Bibi Netanyahu. The prophets of the Bible were fighting the God of Bibi Netanyahu. I had to repeat that. The prophet Elijah saw it, the prophets of Baal in the groves, and they were cutting themselves, saying that their God was going to do some great feat. And Elijah comes by and says, you guys are useless sacks of shit. Your God is pathetic. You can go piss against the wall. I'm going to show you something. And then he took water and put it in a basin. And he said, I'm going to call it fire down from heaven, and it's going to consume the water in my well. You watch? And it happened. The prophets of Baal were doing their thing. They were cutting themselves and going, oh my God, our God is going to do some amazing feat. You just watch this. And their God did nothing. Nothing happened for their. We're going to create water from nothing. We're going to create fire from nothing. And their God did nothing. Elijah's God, he poured the water and fire fell from heaven and consumed the water. And he told them, go piss against the wall. Your God is worth shit. We need modern Elijahs to tell these satanic, oh my God, there's no words. You watch these people on YouTube channels trying to justify a genocide. You see these people trying to do anything they can to talk around the issue of bombed babies and go, no, Israel. But wait a minute, bombed babies, no, Israel. Yeah, but wait a minute, bombed babies, no, Holocaust, Hitler, you're an anti-Semite. Oh, okay. So I'm going to be straight up with this one. It ain't going to be a long one. There's a conflagration of events. They're just tossing a bunch of fucking shit all at once to try their best to overwhelm you to the point where you're just going, well, I'm not going to listen to any of it. But the country's standing up. It seems to me that there have been moves that are just way too much now. And literally you're having protests start. They're just firing up, aren't they? But the main story here, other than Gaza, which is the number one story, West Bank and Gaza and the genocide in Israel is the biggest story on the planet, barring nothing. That's number one by a lot. But then right underneath it is the fact that you have Donald John Trump that is a literal Stalin. That's who I see the most in Trump. It's not Alois Adolf. It's not Mao Zedong. It's Stalin. He is definitely now getting his political enemies out of the way. He is putting the military in major cities to build a police state that can be deployed anywhere he needs to really quick. He is literally just disappearing people from the streets of America. If you are a quote-unquote undesirable to the regime, you have the threat of being summarily disappeared from the country. Okay, this is why he wants birthright citizenship gone, because guess what? You will have to immediately apply for citizenship. Every American, there's going to be no American citizens for a while, if that went through. Because we're all citizens that were born here. We're citizens by birthright citizenship. So if that goes away, are we grandfathered in as already citizens? I don't think so. So every American will have to apply for citizenship. Do you see? He is ending the country. And it's a projected, here's one step, here's another step, but they're quick steps. It's sloppy as fuck, too. Which is why the Congress has to come together, get the Joint Chiefs of Staff together, have the Congress do it, have the Congress organize it. Holy shit, I just said Congress organize something. Never mind. No, we need to get the Joint Chiefs of Staff together, minus the President and the rest of the President. And then we have to get all of the rest of the chain of command of succession of President that it's not MAGA people. I really think we need an interim military government, and yeah, you'll probably have martial law for a short time, but we have a military rule in D.C. for a short interim time. We have new elections. The MAGA stuff, you have to, I think you need to start viewing MAGA as sort of almost soft enemy of the state. Okay? We can't trust people that are going to have loyalty to Führer, Trump. So we need the removal of the main leadership in the country, arrests for violation of the Constitution. They need to be arrested, put in some holding for now, and then we need the military to step in temporarily for leadership. You say, I guess the head, I don't know how this would work because I'm not that learned in crisis government. You're going to have COG 2, the continuity government shit kicking in, and that's where you get the threat of a false flag terror event or a false flag nuke. When people like Shanny come in and go, our rule is fucked, it's over, pull the nuke. Okay, that could happen anytime. That could happen now, that could happen from now until we're out of this very weird space of this government that's clearly authoritarian, totalitarian, fascist state. America is no longer a republic. It's no longer what you would call a democracy. We are now an authoritarian fascist dictatorship where you have Orange Hitler saying, look, what I want is what's going to be. If you don't like that, I have presidential power. That means I have immunity. I can literally do something like that in the Oval Office, and I am immune because the Supreme Court said I can literally just break the law and be immune. This is game over level shit. So this has to happen with the Joint Chiefs. It's the only way. The impeachment's not going to happen. It's not fast enough anyway. Things are going so fast, and things are flying off the handle with the international geopolitical situation is getting so insane. And the world's revolting against this shit with Israel. Israel is becoming the burdensome stone that no nation can pick up now. That America's almost to the point where they're picking that, they're still holding the stone. Like, Jesus, no more. Like even Trump said, we're not going to do anymore, but he didn't mean that. He is going to be with Bibi to the end because they're Masonic brothers, and that's absolutely part of the plan here. So if you think that Donald's good and he's going to get, no, you're wrong. He's going to march us right into this. And because it's all in the Bible, guys, if you don't understand that, all this. Bibi's the king of the north, I think. And he wants to take all of Israel, and that means murder every single Palestinian in sight. You need to pray really hard.